Like, on Veterans Day, I may say some things that are, of my opinion and stuff, but it's only a reflection, like I said earlier, of some of the stuff that I go through in life, you know what I mean? And, I know, there's a commemoration and stuff, and I say some stuff about the Civil War. But it's true, we only been here for one generation, and, we have little experience in how things are in the Western world and stuff like that, and not being of a third world country, and stuff like that. But that's no excuse for me. I believe in. I was watching this thing on CNN, and they were talking about child support and stuff like that, and how it rips families apart and stuff like that, and where a civil suit becomes a criminal suit because of child support and stuff like that. In my experience, some things I say, and I have an opinion on that, but I don't care to share that, because if I feel like people are like, oh, you know what, such and such, then I'm like, then I don't have to give my 2 cents in on a lot of things myself, and this might not make sense, but it does to me, because people write off like citizenship, people try to throw you in the rye of their problems, you know what I mean, and then try to absolve through you and stuff and throw you in the rye of their problems, and I'm like, you know what, I don't need to hear that. I make some accusations and stuff like that, and I don't say anything about. I don't give excuses about my media family and all our, shortcomings or whatever you want to call it, and stuff like that. Because I myself wasn't supposed to make it past 25, let alone 40. And I'm not saying this is a complete success, but I'm just saying, even to this day, I still would deal with stuff that's like that you deal with like in your 20s and stuff like that, with people in your 20s and people with your peers and stuff. I still got a folklore of people following me since I went to City College in San Francisco and stuff like that. I mean, it's almost ridiculous how I have to keep up this resume of like things that I've done and stuff like that, and keep up with these so-called indictments and stuff of like of how I express myself. If I pay a $10 membership to YouTube to put up my videos of my expression of art, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? Because it might not know the whole full scope of it, and some might say that's been around here for a long time. What about the amendments and stuff like that? What about this and all the trespasses and stuff like that? Well, I don't know what to say. It's like I said, we have a little experience here and stuff like that in the United States and stuff, and you might know a little more, and you might know a little more of the ethics of poverty class or something like that. Well, you don't, you know what I mean? So, I won't separate myself from that and stuff like that, but at the same time, it could have been a whole nother thing, you know what I mean? And that's it. Somebody go to stores and stuff like that, and I get a side pass for somebody else, they draw this favoritism type stuff and all this stuff, or try to do things in the name of multicultural PR and stuff like that, or try to, or just basically just try to inflict and try to project racism and stuff like that and all that stuff. I think it's just part of the state. I think it's part of the melting pot of the country, if you want to call it that, and and stuff like that. You have these fleet of people driving in cars and stuff like that that are like cutting you off and stuff like that. Have these weird license plates and stuff. But when you see when you're in a time of distress or something like that, it seems like nobody's around. You know what I mean? There's something the same people that are kind of like look like they're following you don't seem to want to help you out at all. So I mean, and that's just one thing. One of the things. So So I go to the like Dollar Tree's store, people in the parking lots. I have my dogs in the car and whatnot. There's always exposure of what do you call it, loss and stuff like that. And I guess that's one of the things living in adjusting to a place where I was for 15 years, something like that, and the stress level was different, and it was a different kind of stress. So I mean, with that, I take it with a grain of salt, because that's it. There's not much else to it. I don't see myself speaking a foreign language and stuff like that, and all this, and just on Veterans Day in general. You know what I mean? It's just. I follow politics and stuff like that. I follow presidents and stuff like that. And, I have my own opinions on things. And, some of the stuff I see, and that I've been through, was like, I kind of objectify as like, I want to clean up a little bit and stuff like that. Not saying I totally separate myself from these things, but it seems that I'm always put through some type of ride of like, well, wait a minute, sometimes the hypocrisy of it and stuff like this. And I'm like, well, I gotta explain, this is kind of like too complicated to be explaining and stuff, and being put through these physical damages and stuff like this, and all this stuff like that, and mental ringers, if you will. So, these people, they try, you call up a customer service, they're like, who am I speaking with? Every day for the past 15 some odd years. Like, yeah, this is my name, such and such, okay, ha, very funny, and stuff like that. So, you get so used to it, you get almost like, I want to say jaded, but you get jaded by the whole thing. And like, damn, it was like, these are the terms, at the same time, it seems like, and that's it. I think it's unfair. Because a lot of people are like, well, what is your name? And all this, and like, well, why do I have to spend some money for you? I mean, what is the point of me spending some money for you? I mean, what do you do other than make noise? What do you do other than chastise me and stuff like this? If that's the right word for it. And it's like, so and that's it. I don't have to explain too much more than that. On Veterans Day, something like this, you have these little kids and whatnot, these little kids and stuff like that, pissing on tires and stuff like that in front of your face. And I'm like, you know what? You wouldn't do that in front of your parents and stuff like that. How you do that in front of, people like parents treat you, raise you, act like that, and stuff like this. You know what I mean? So I take it with a grain of salt and I say, man, these are some of the things I separate myself from. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to be some angel or something like that. I don't claim to be some like something that never did any bad things and stuff like that. But I got these stores. These people pay you no mind and stuff like that. They always do this favoritism type stuff. I'm like, man, you know what? You just ask for simple courtesies and stuff like that. There's nothing over exorbitant, nothing over the edge. It seems like everybody wants to lean on you, lean up against you. And so, and I'm sure with this, what I'm saying right now, it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop with what I say right now. So, all I say is that with the privilege of the internet, I can say these things and stuff like that, and you can go ahead and say, yeah, I'm gonna mess this guy up. Yeah, I'm gonna give my girlfriend this stuff. I'm gonna do this live or whatever it is the new plan is, and something like that. I'm gonna mess this guy up again, and it's gonna be funny and all this stuff. Well, like I said, I don't spilled milk is over. You know what I mean? And I just moved forward. I'm an older dude, but it's insulting how a person like me has to go through these things. And presidents and stuff like this overlook, it gets overlooked. Yeah, basically overlooked. Given that you're supposed to be some double standard type of special entity of something of a nature. I'm not saying anything. I'm not making any conclusions of it. But the reality of it is it is the reality of mine, and that's how I see it on this Veterans Day. And you might say, oh yeah, he's fake right now. He's talking like hella mess. And, well, then that's just what